On the news this afternoon, ASU threatens fresh strike. Federal government rejects 21-day ultimatum issued by NMA. Gunmen attack two communities in Gokana local government area, Rivers State. On the foreign scene, UK seeks international agreements to ensure Taliban allows safe passage for Afghans foreign nationals. I am Ifiemi Andrew. The chairman of ASU, Uniport chapter, Uzoma Darlington, says the union will embark on another strike if the federal government fails to implement the agreement it reached with the union. The agreement had led to the suspension of the last strike, which lasted for almost a year. Professor Darlington said this in an interview with our correspondent.
By the end of tomorrow, which is the end of August, if government fails to honor the agreement, the union will have no other choice than to activate the process of embarking on a total comprehensive and indefinite strike. The union was supposed to meet with the federal government to evaluate the extent of implementation of the terms of the agreement. That meeting held on the 2nd of August. And of course, government promised that by the end of this month, that they were going to address, almost all those issues.
Mr. Darlington accused the government of deliberately frustrating members of its union.
When strikes are suspended, there's always an agreement that there won't be any form of victimization. And as I speak with you, many of our members are being owed salary, some even up to 10 months. And of course, there are attempts every month to continue to meet our members, from the payroll. And we think it's a calculated attempt by the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation and the operators of IPs, to cause unnecessary hardship, untold hardship on our members. There wasn't even any good reason why those members have not been paid up till now, and why IPs continue, to meet their salaries on a monthly basis.
He also urged the public to hold the government accountable for the impact the proposed strike could have on students who are supposed to return to school soon.
This is the time, for the members of the public to reach out to government for them to honor the agreements that they reach with the union. This implication, I think the government should be the one to answer this question, because since December last year, we have been on, despite the fact that they have not honored, the agreement they reached with the union. And that is how they keep moving from December to May, from May to August. And so I think there's still time for the members of the public to reach out to government for them to honor agreement.
Meanwhile, the Ministry of Labour and Employment has rejected the 21-day ultimatum issued to the federal government by the Nigerian Medical Association, saying it negates the MOU signed on August 21. The NMA has threatened to join the ongoing strike by the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors if the government fails to resolve all the issues contained in the various agreements signed with its affiliate unions. The NMA, in a statement jointly signed by its president, Professor Innocent A.O. Uja, and Secretary Dr. Phillips Uche Ekpe, said if the federal government fails to implement the agreements after the expiration of the 21-day notice, the NMA will summon an emergency delegate meeting. This is the latest in the impasse between the federal government and resident doctors who have been on strike since July 31. At least 2 people are reported dead and a third injured after gunmen attacked Loyo and Kaburi communities in Gokana local government area. One of the casualties is said to be a final year female student of Department of Computer Science in Ken Poly, Bori, from Lewe community. Paramount ruler of Kaburi spoke on the attack.
A group come to my community and destroy properties, kills about three persons, and 2 was women. 1 is man, a Kada rider, and then destroy my own property, my Toyota Camry. And now I didn't know what the community do them. Even some missing one still are in the bush up till now.
The other casualty is a young man who is identified as the younger brother of the late Baboski from Onwebiara community of Gokana local government area. The wounded victim is a woman from Gokana who resides in Loyo, Kaburi. A landlord at Rumaholu, Bartholomew Egonu, says he will be forced to take legal actions against those he described as illegal occupants of his land at Minimba Swamp, off Ohia Onuwo Omodudoro Eliwelibo behind the Obiakwa International Market if they fail to vacate the property within 15 working days. In a statement made available to Nigeria Info, Mr. Egonu stated that the publication had been made on April 1, 2021, asking the occupants to vacate the property. Meanwhile, one of the occupants of the land, when contacted, said they have no business with Bartholomew Egonu and that he is not the owner of the said land. Still ahead, Serap sues federal government. Stay tuned.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
The Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project has sued the federal government asking for details of the 729 billion naira payment to 24.3 million poor Nigerians across the country. SARAP wants the court to compel the federal government to disclose details of proposed payments of 729 billion naira to 24.3 million poor Nigerians, including the mechanisms and logistics for the payment, list of beneficiaries and how they have been selected, and whether the payments will be made in cash or through bank verification numbers or other means. The PDP has chosen Abuja as the venue for its national convention in October. The decision was reached at the party's 92nd National Executive Committee meeting held on Saturday. The acting national chairman, Yemi Akinwumi, presided over the meeting. Meanwhile, Prince Uche Secondus says he is still the PDP national chairman, even as he was absent at the party's meeting in Abuja on Saturday. A statement from his media office said his absence at the meeting was due to his decision to obey an interim order from Cross River State High Court. In business, the federal government has implemented a 7.5% tax on cooking gas as the cost of the commodity leaped by over 100% within a period of 8 months. It was gathered that the government implemented the VAT on cooking gas imports about 3 weeks ago, and some dealers were also mandated to pay the tax for commodities imported several months back. In entertainment, Big Brother Naija Shine Your Eye housemate Saga has revealed that his relationship with Nini is complicated because she has a boyfriend outside the show. He said this after the eviction show when Yusuf jokingly called Saga a married man because of his closeness with Nini. Saga cautioned Yusuf against calling him such and went further to tell him and other housemates present that he is in a complicated relationship with Nini. Now in sports, Nigeria's Bose Omolayo has won gold in the women's 79 kg powerlifting event at the Tokyo Paralympics. She lifted 141 kg to set a games record. Ukraine's Natalia Olenyk took silver, while Vera Muratova from China settled for bronze in the same event.
And now we'll bring you news from around the world.
The UK is seeking international agreement to ensure the Taliban sticks to its commitment to allow safe passage for Afghans and foreign nationals who want to leave Afghanistan. A series of diplomatic meetings will be held this week, with Foreign Secretary Dominic Raab set to hold talks with Turkish and Qatari officials. It comes as troops arrived back in the UK after ending their Afghan operation. The government says it will continue to help people eligible for resettlement. On the news this afternoon, you heard that ASU has threatened a fresh strike. The federal government has rejected the 21-day ultimatum issued by NMA. Gunmen have attacked 2 communities in Gokana local government area, Rivers State, killing 2 people. On the foreign scene, you heard that the UK is seeking an international agreement to ensure that Taliban allows safe passage for Afghans and foreign nationals. The news was edited by Choma Ezewafo. Contact our newsroom on 0818-900-0017. For more stories, visit www.nigeriainfo.fm. The weather would be partly sunny in Port Harcourt this afternoon. Thank you for your time. My name is Ifiemi Andrew.